and it's an uncomfortable conversation because I'm a woman. My first sexual experience was through rape. And things are going to get a little tense. Pero it's reality, and this is not me going again. That's why it's hard, because whenever you want to talk about your truth, it's like, oh, shit. Pero you know how many times this happens?
Of course.
It happens all the time. Pero por la pena, por la vergüenza, they're going to judge me. Who's going to say, you know, I don't want to talk about it.
How old were you?
And I was 15.
Whoa.
We have this guest today. She's not only an actor, a dancer, a writer, a TV personality. She's una dominicana, you know, de nosotros, like just putting in that work. I got the pleasure to work with her for 18 days straight, and this woman is a beast. She's an angel. She's a superstar. She goes by the name of Amara La Negra!
I have myself up and everything. Guys, thank you so much for inviting me. Super contenta because I've been watching you guys. I've been watching the podcast. I see how many amazing celebs you guys have had in this same couch por aquí. So I feel honored to be here. Thank you.
No, thank you for coming. We appreciate
Bacanería, bacanería. Eso es así. Can we start with a little cheers really quick?
No,
para ir calentando el ambiente.
Of
¿verdad?
course, let's do
cheers.
it.
Cheers to...
To you.
To success.
Yes.
Exactly. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
And now we over here.
Quick question. You know, sometimes I did this thing the other day where there was a lot of music artists that were challenging the fact that some of the artists that were of color, the Afro-Latinos, don't get the same love as the non-Afro-Latinos. And has that affected you in the business?
I would say not necessarily that it has affected me because I used at one point what I thought and somewhat, you know, I mean, I understand the reality of things, but I use that as my power. You know, that's why I'm Amara La Negra, purposely, you know. So yeah, I obviously, being Afrodescendiente, being black in this world, in any part of the world, as much as people may want to deny it, as much as people may want to say, I've never lived a you know, racial experience. Okay, that's you. But for the majority, even if you go to China, even if you go to any Guatemala, whatever, you will find a certain amount of Afro-Latinos that will say we've lived this experience. So therefore, como existe la gente buena, existe gente mala, y existen gente que son racistas, otros que no, and you know, is it a little bit harder? Of course it is, because if not in the Billboard charts, you would see a lot more of us.
No, when I first moved to LA, like so many Latinos that I met along the way that looked white, changed their last names and just were trying to portray that they were Anglo.
Right.
And I remember being on it was like not a podcast, but it was sort of like live interview online with a bunch of Latin actors.
Yeah.
And I made a comment like I was Afro-Latino, and someone was like, "You're not Afro-Latino." Someone attacked me, and I was like, "Okay, if there's a line where there's white and black, what side am I on?"
But the biggest issue is that it's the most uncomfortable conversation. Because the more you talk about it, the more people get annoyed.
Yes.
Oh, wow, ahí va Amara La Negra talking otra vez, lo negro. Ahí va Amara La Negra victimizándose. Ahí va. And it's like, I can only talk about...
I can only say, ahí va.
There she goes again. And I'm like, I can only talk about my own experience. I've never been any other color. I've never been any other... I don't know what it is to be anything else. I can only talk about what I've experienced, you know? Y es una realidad. Y la gente que también se identifica conmigo, they'll reach out to me on Instagram or DM and be like, I can relate to what you're saying, or thank you for being the voice for people like ourselves that nobody really talks about us, or whatever. Even when I first started the conversation about the Afro-Latino community back when Love and Hip Hop started, Love and Hip Hop Miami started, for the most part, casi no se veían personajes in movies or things like that that were black talking in español. You would have to pretend to be from New York, or you would have to pretend to be, qué sé yo, from Jamaica. Yeah, because in Miami, it's not like that. It's not like that. Pero in New York, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different vibe. So Afro-Latinos would have to basically camouflage and become other things in order to get an opportunity, you know?
But where are you from? Because you just did all of them pretty good. So I don't know. I don't know where you're from now. You from New York, from Miami?
No, I'm from Miami. Born and raised in Miami.
Really?
Born and raised in
Really?
Miami, and I've traveled the world, and I obviously proudly say I'm Dominicana because my
Woo,
mother's
woo.
from Samaná
Woo.
and my father's from San Cristobal. So I'm real Dominican.
Ooh, so we got Dominican power in the house.
Dominican
Everyone
power,
here is
baby.
Dominican.
Big
Ese es
Dominican.
así.
Let's go.
Pero que el
Dominican
acento
power.
de ella como suena diferente, no suena muy dominicano.
Lo que pasa es que como yo me crié aquí en Miami, hay muchos cubanos, se me pegó el acento until I get pissed off. If I get pissed, I'm going to sound real Dominican. Mira, mamá. I'm going to sound real Dominican. But
Yeah,
if
we got
not,
Cubanos in the house. We got the Cubanos in the house.
claro. I grew up listening to los
El tanque.
bambang, los oricha, rumba, guaguancó, a lot of Cuban culture because, you know, they're predominated here. Aunque now I think it's a little more diversified, no?
Over here, yeah, look, we got Jamaican, we got Mexican.
Exacto.
We got another
You see?
Cuban,
Bombo.
Colombian.
Un poquito de todo. That's what Miami really is about to
Como
me at the
una
end of the
sopa.
day. Yeah.
But also, you're on the network too, right? You're on Univision.
I am.
Right, so yeah,
So,
you know, so I was told through the grapevine that when you're on Univision, you have to talk neutral. So you have to get rid of any accent you have to sound neutral. Is that something you
I
deal
think
with
that
over
mainly,
there?
and that they've been very open about it, mainly when it comes to like soap operas and things like that. You know, muchas novelas which are very close to the Latino community, even growing up. I don't know, maybe somebody can relate to sitting down and watching novelas with your
Yeah, Miss
mom or
Ali
your
watches a lot of
abuelita.
novelas.
You know, so watching novelas, yes, you for the most part they do say we would like for you to practice and have more neutral accent because it doesn't work. And maybe it does work now, but before it was just like a certain aesthetic for it. I would personally disagree in my case that I have to have a neutral accent because mi acento dominicano y el ser jocosa y no sé qué, being myself is what paved the way for me. Because I'm not trying to fit in. I mean, it's very hard for me to fit in. I'm not trying to. So I technically haven't had to live that experience per se. But I will tell you this. Once upon a time, in another network, and I won't say who or whatever, because no me quiero quemar. Pero I went to an audition for a soap opera, and they basically told me que I did a good job in the audition. They couldn't really give me that role because I didn't look Latina enough. So to me, it was like, coño, entonces what does a Latina look like? And if you look at all these soap operas and you barely have ever seen, you know, they have like a, this is what it is.
No, of course.
And they're like,
but
sí,
you know
Luisito-
what they said?
Claro.
There goes Amara.
There
talking.
goes again. And I mean,
Amara La Negra.
si tú no quieres que yo rinda and you don't want me to talk
There
about
she
it,
goes
then
again.
put representation. Put more people like myself.
But
See?
you know what's interesting is that when I was doing Nicky Jam, El Ganador, we were doing it in collaboration with Netflix and Telemundo. And I remember, and there was another company in Colombia working with us as well. And I remember I cast this kid to play like this promoter in Colombia, and he was Afro-Latino. And I remember I got a call, someone was like, I mean, he just doesn't feel Latino. I'm like, I didn't import the guy. The guy's cool. He's Colombian. Like,
Right.
he's a guy from Colombia. Like,
Y en Colombia hay muchos negros.
that's what I said.
Claro.
And it was like this whole battle.
Colombia, Honduras,
And I was like, it
Ecuador,
was like this whole
everywhere.
battle. And I was like, yo, he's a
Claro.
Colombian. He's the best guy for the job.
But that's why I think that we need to, and I know that it's annoying to a lot of people, and let's not also forget that I'm an activist. Away from being an artist, away from being an entertainer, away from all these things, I'm the one out there when there's boycotts, when there's all these, I'm out there, you know, I'm that person. Because I believe it and because I feel that the day that I die, I want to know that my life was impactful. Yes, I entertained you, but I also inspired and I was able to break those walls for other people. And that's why currently I'm in Televisa Univision as una de las presentadoras principales. So you have to continue these conversations. I know that it's annoying for some people, but if we don't continue pushing, you're never going to see a difference. So I'm going to keep talking about it, even if you guys don't like it. Tápate los oídos si no me quiero oír.
No, but look, I was invited to this conversation with all these musicians at a record label, and it was like a live thing that they were doing across the entire record label, New York, LA, all over the world. And it was ignited by the African Americans on the American side. But they started calling Latin artists going, hey, do you feel a certain way being Afro-Latino? And then there was a lot of artists that were very popular that were going, yo, I don't get the same love. We don't get the same this. We don't get the, we're fighting an uphill battle. And they invited me into the conversation. And some people were upset that I was in the conversation, but you know, it was interesting to see. I'm like, man, these are people that are nominated for Grammys, that are nominated for stuff, and are still feeling that the Latin community treats them a certain way, you know. And so, look, I applaud that you're battling it. We need spokesmen. We need people that are.
Of course,
that
and
are
you know
doing
what
it.
happens too, unfortunately, that when some of us do get an opportunity, we're so happy to have gotten in that we're afraid to lose the opportunity,
Oh, yeah.
and we just shut up and don't say anything about it. You know, y para mí es al revés. Now that I got in, I'm like, yo, I made it. Let's go. Entra, huye. And anybody that knows me, I'm the type of girl que yo comienzo a llamar, óyeme, hay una oportunidad, there's a casting, there's an opportunity. Not everybody does the same, but regardless, I want to take this opportunity to also give a shout out to Goyo from Chucky Town.
Yes,
That's my girl.
yes,
Goyo,
yes.
you're doing a great job. Shout out
Yes.
to Sech. Somos
Yes.
poco, pero estamos aquí metidos. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of them that I may be missing at this moment, but shout out to all the ones that are, you know, are being
That's
impactful.
beautiful. That's beautiful. I love Goyo. Goyo's
Yeah,
my girl.
that's my girl, for sure.
Precisamente el tema de la política.
No, yo no creo que es tanto de política, yo creo que es más como de sentimiento y lo que está bien, you know what I mean? Porque las cosas políticas a veces they can get a little messy. I just feel like in your heart when you know something's right, you just don't stand there and let things pass by, especially when you have a platform. I've been blessed to have a platform that when I speak, people listen. So yeah, I want you to buy my music, and yeah, I want you to go watch my movie, and I'll do all these things. But by the way, esto es lo que está pasando en mi comunidad. We gotta fix this.
Now, let me ask you about music, right? Because you do a lot of different things.
Todóloga.
Sí.
I'm a todóloga.
Where does the music love come from? Does it come from success, or was it there before the success?
No, the music is how I started. Well, somewhat, because I first started as a child star in Sábado Gigante. And
Okay,
I was in Sábado
nice.
Gigante for 6 years.
How old
La
were you?
única negrita.
How old?
I started when I was 4.
Oh my
I
God.
started when I was 4. I was there for 6 years. En el clan infantil, that's how I really started. I came off one audition. From that audition, I won like un concurso que tenía Miss Chiquitica, and from there, Don Francisco was like,
Miss
yo era muy
Chiquitica.
desenvuelta. I was very like, como chiquita, pero muy salsosa. So they thought I had a big personality. They offered me an opportunity to be part of El Clan Infantil. I was there 6 years every Saturday. I had the opportunity of dancing for Celia Cruz, Oscar de Leon,
Wow.
a whole bunch of these big artists.
Wow.
Gloria Estefan back in those times. I have all those albums. I post pictures all the time. That's how I started. And then after that, I started doing commercials for Disney. I did other things. Then I focused my energy in music. La música era lo que me llamaba. I wanted to be Donna Summers. I want to be Gloria Gaynor. I wanted to be, that was the
Okay.
energy. That transferred into when I, you know, saw the energy, Celia Cruz. I want to be Celia Cruz. Ella es latina, es negra, es carismática. The people love her. You know, she has a big personality. I want to be her. Okay, I want to be her. Then from there, it was like my passion for music led me to my hit in 2013 with the song called I. Soy Amara La Negra. Okay. One thing led to the, that's what I'm saying. There's no direct path to success. Sometimes they'll take you through different, you know, avenues, because I never necessarily saw myself being a TV host. But here we are. So music was always my passion, my number one passion. But other opportunities came, like reality TV. And I was exposing my music there too. Pero I just turned out to be really good in other things. And then the money started getting good. And then I was like,
Nice.
fuck this, let me go over there. Y así. But I still love music for sure. I just recently put out a song not too long ago.
I was watching
Yeah.
the video.
Web Boy Wonder, Chosen Few, shout
Yep,
out
yep.
to him for always
There's another
supporting
male
me and
artist
believing
on
in
the
me.
song, too.
Big O Bling,
Yes.
está también Big O Bling, está, ay Dios mío, se me va, Crazy.
Was that the album was all females? The
No,
boy
that was
one?
from La Liga Femenina.
Okay.
All the way to the top is another song that we did that Ivy Queen was also part of that album. So every so often I put out a little music here and there, you know,
What's the name of that single that just dropped?
to the top.
To the top.
The one right now, Tumbao, tiene Tumbao.
Tumbao, that's the one
Okay,
I've been
Tumbao.
watching. Shot in
Tiene
Santo
Tumbao.
Domingo.
Shot en la zona colonial, en Santo Domingo. So, you know, I always stay connected. I would love to focus just on music in my perfect world. Pero, music has changed a lot. The politics, and, not that it's impossible. No es imposible. Streaming
You're like,
and
I'm
everything.
getting that paper somewhere else. I'm not going to stop the paper train.
No, I'm not going to come here and pretend that the reality is that once you have children, that's something too. I want to be realistic to me. It's not that. It's
many
not
kids
that.
do you have?
I have twin girls.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and they're 4. My girls don't stop me from
I have a
continuing my
4-year-old
career.
too.
Amen. So imagine 2 of
Okay.
them at the same time. My children don't stop me from continuing to pursue my dreams. But I do understand that music is like a lottery. You invest a lot of money, you invest a lot of time, just to see which one maybe can hit. Entonces es un proceso that before I did it, I don't know. Let's see what the future holds.
I've worked in the music industry a long time, and there's not a lot of Amara La Negras. There's not. Because you have a fan base,
Yeah.
different sides. You have an American fan base because I love hip hop as well. Then you have an a Latino fan base. You have these 2 worlds that maybe are not connected,
Yeah.
right? And you got to find a way to connect them in a way that they can live in a space together.
Well, my
know?
American fans followed me through Insecure, which was one of my hits on my first season of Loving Hip Hop Miami and What a Bam Bam. So they followed me for that. Y who knows, es lo que te digo, como que I never close myself off. My inspiration is like a J-Lo, that does movie. Para lo gusto los colores. Some may like her, some may not, but you gotta give her credit for her work ethic. She's doing perfumes and she's doing clothing line and she's doing movies and she's doing Las Vegas and you gotta give it to her sin importar that she's like past 50. So, ¿qué me dice a mí that I gotta close myself off? Like, I only do this. No, I do everything. In Spanish and in English. Olvídate.
Y esos son 2 mercados diferentes,
Claro.
y grandes, especialmente el latino y el americano, que te pueden
verdad.
traer muchas otras oportunidades.
Es verdad.
But talking about doing everything, right? We just wrapped a day. We just wrapped a movie together, right?
We surely did.
And
You can talk about it more than I can. You were there every day.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
so-
filming.
Yeah, so I couldn't get in touch. That's why we weren't doing the podcast. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Pero baby, una pela.
Ah.
It was a mission.
So my brother's like, I can't right now. I'm with Amara La Negra. I can't talk right now. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it was una pela, but we made it happen.
No,
thank
but
God.
the thing was the complication to the movie was, her management of her team, and it was a night shoot, but no one told us that she does. What's the name of the show?
Desiguales.
Desiguales, 6 a.m. on Univision. Nobody
fine,
told us that. So she has to be on a chair for hair and makeup at 6 a.m. So every day they were pushing her to go 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and pushing. And she's like, I got to work tomorrow. Like, what are you guys doing? But they, come on, pushing her. And she did it. And it's like, 5, 6, 7, 8 days later, she's getting her ass whipped.
Yeah.
But and she's like, it's not ego. I just can't stand up anymore. Like, I'm falling asleep.
I mean, we were finishing around 4:30 o'clock in the morning. Technically, I spoke to my, my team, and I was getting to Univision at 8:30, but I was like 45 minutes away from my house. So if we finished at 4:30,
Yeah, you're
45 minutes
Yeah.
to my house. I go to sleep 2 hours, maybe me echo una agüita, and then I have to be in Palmetto all the way to work, and I got to be sharp because we're in a live show.
Live.
So yes, I want to be responsible and committed because I said I was going to do it. And even when I wanted to leave, I would stay till we finished the scenes.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that because I say it all the time. Like, women will see you and think they're as pretty as you or, more prettier than you, and they feel that they just show up and they get your lifestyle.
Right.
But what nobody ever knows is that, someone like you, like I said, you did 2 jobs for 18 days straight, no breaks,
No
2
breaks.
hours a day.
And I left to Washington to
Yes.
to
BET
do the
Awards.
BET, the
Yep.
Icon BET Awards,
Yep.
and came back. And that
Yeah.
same day from coming back, I was on set.
Hey, you look terrible. I remember seeing you. You like you wanted to kill me. She flew out to was it DC, right?
What I learned
Atlanta.
here is that she's a extremely nice person.
beast.
I would have sent you guys to hell.
Pa' que
on
lo
first
sepa.
day.
I wasn't part of that deal.
But you know what? But at the same time, there's something about me that, like, it's hard for me to let go of something. If I said I'm going to do it, yo me puedo explotar. But I'm going to finish it. Aunque sea dragging through the mud. But I'm going to finish it because it fucks with me. So, like, I have to finish it. So.
And that was the point I wanted to make. Is that, you know, I saw it with my own eyes. Like, I saw you. That day you came from BET, like, you left that morning.
Yeah.
You came back that night.
Yeah. And I was there on set.
And you walked in with those eyes like you're going to kill everybody. And that's the first time I felt your pain. And I was like, wow. And then for that day forward, I was just like, that's why you are where you are.
Amen.
That's why you know, at one point you had Loving Hip Hop and the Ulysses show at the same time.
Yeah.
So 2 shows at the same time.
Lot.
So it was the same thing.
And personality-wise is a lot, too.
Of course.
Because during the day, I'm like, bienvenidos, estamos aquí en Desiguales. And, you know, today en las noticias de hoy, Donald Trump acaba de anunciar que eso. So it's like this energy. And then at night, I'm like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out my motherfucking face. But so it was like, you would never think that the girl you saw in the morning like this is the girl at night. Pero that's part of it, you know? Like, that's part of it. But you know what? I think that also one of the reasons why yo me siento tan orgullosa de mí misma is because everything that I have, I worked for it, you know? Shout outs to all the girls out there that have figured out other ways to come up. Pero, no, that's cool. Like, whatever works. ¿Tú me entiendes? Whatever works, yo no te mantengo, so you do what you gotta do. Pero in my case...
Here goes Amara.
Me ha durado más tiempo. Hell yeah. Because I've had a lot of opportunities, and I know a lot of people. You know? I know a lot of people.
Trust me.
And a lot of people have hit me up, y ya tú sabes. I take a lot of pride in being able to say that everything I have it because I worked my ass off, even if it's been 3, 4, 5 trabajos back to back, no sleep, team naps, toda la vaina. But I did that. You know, no es lo mismo cuando te lo dan. No es lo mismo when you spread it like a pair of scissors y te dieron pal and then you handle it. You know, shout outs to you if you got that good.
Shout out to the scissor crew.
If you got that good, tú me entiendes, and you can do it, shout outs to you. I'm real prideful. I'm not built like that. Te mando pa'l carajo. Shout outs going to the who? To the scissor crew. Shout outs to the scissor crew.
But let me tell you, our podcast loves you because it was like, yo, I can't talk right now, Amara just got it. I can't talk to Amara. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo lo quiero mucho, en verdad.
No, tú eres la Amara La Negra. No, estoy con Amara La Negra.
Él es un amor.
Yo, you don't understand. She just walked in. It's like she been on set. It's like 6 p.m. We got limited time. Yo, you don't understand. It's like,
for real. And then having to learn all those scripts and all those things. Mira, when they give you those Bibles, que es una cosa así, and you have to learn and memorize todo eso en el momento. Oh my God. It was a lot better. You know what? I love to push myself. And that's another thing for the people watching. I think that's important too. I'm no soy la más millonaria. I'm not the one that's won all the Grammys. But I can say that something I've learned in this industry or overall in life is pushing yourself. Pushing yourself into uncomfortable spaces, you know? Even when you feel like you don't want to do it or I may not be good at it, I feel like if Papa Dios presents the opportunity, is because even if you don't see it, he can see it for you, you know?
I got a feeling you see it for yourself.
I see it for me.
I got a feeling you see it clear. But a question I have for you, when you started so young.
Yeah.
At 4 years old, Sábado Gigante, Amara, you were in Amara La Negra then.
I was Diana de los Santos then.
Yeah. Okay,
that's
nice,
the government.
Nice.
That's the government.
Nice. So then, at what point did it become a job for you as a young kid? 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old?
I'm going to say like 6.
6.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Before you go why.
Yeah.
Like 6 years old.
Yeah.
Mother, father, who's managing you? Who's
Mother.
like mother?
Mother.
So your mother wanted to be a star too, or she didn't? She just.
My mom says, que back in the days, ella dice que cantaba muy lindo. Dije, yo cantaba, mi amor, y cuando yo cantaba salían todos los vecinos a aplaudirme. I'm like, okay, sure, I guess. Pero that's what she says. Dije, I got my artistic side from her.
Okay, come on, yes. ¿Cómo se llama?
Someone
¿Cómo
pushed
se
you
llama?
up.
Mi mamá Ana.
Someone
Ana.
pushed you at 4 years old, so she was the one that
Yeah, but I also feel like sometimes you can see it in your kids.
won. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hay padres that they be pushing their kids and they ain't got it. They ain't got it. I know you want them to be, but he ain't got it. You gotta let it go.
Ouch.
It's the truth.
Ouch. Real talk on
Es la
Latino
verdad,
Champs.
es la verdad. Pero there's some kids que de chiquito tú le ves un potencial. Even if it's that they just have a big personality and they're really expressive or really animated, and you're like, you could actually do something. You know? It was one of those.
And you had that.
I was one of
You
those.
were those kids.
With a really big personality, and I would go to the supermarket and I want to be a star, and everybody would just laugh like, "Y esta muchachita." Pero thankfully, I am so grateful, and I always say this to parents as well. I'm grateful that my mom sacrificed herself to take me to auditions.
Yes.
After work, she would take me to auditions. She would take me to singing class and dancing classes. And even if you think that they're never going to use that, you never know how that could be useful for them for their future. Even if it's
It builds
to
you, it builds
publicly
you.
speak or for their
Yeah,
own
it builds
confidence
you.
or whatever. Si usted tiene un hijo que tiene talento, concho, and you have the opportunity, push them, because you never know. I always say, you never know who God put in your womb. You know, Beyonce's mom didn't know. Michael Jackson didn't know. Michael Jordan didn't know.
Jackson's father knew.
Sí, pero
At 5, he grabbed them.
pero technically, you have to see it. You know, not all parents have the
No,
eye.
of course.
And thus, my mom supported me, and I'm grateful for that. Because thanks to that, I'm here today, and
She supported 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever.
and she was like the female cousin of Joe Jackson for sure.
Okay, it's tough. She was.
Yeah, she was the female cousin.
You haven't seen the Michael Jackson
Movie, no, you haven't seen it.
Is that?
Oh, so she's saying, okay.
Para no decirle
I thought she
hermana,
in
at
real
least,
life.
in real life.
Okay.
And Dominican.
Okay.
The Dominican
You know what I'm
woman
saying?
already tough.
You're gonna dance 5, 6, do it again.
At 6 years old, you were like, from that point on, you just always a star. Like
I've never changed my mind. I've never been like
you never slowed down. You just been going hardcore since 4 years old.
I've slowed down for financial reasons, but my vision in my mind has never changed.
Okay.
Because some kids are like, I want to be a doctor today, and tomorrow I want to do
But
construction.
you worked as an actress, talent, your whole
Toda
life.
mi vida.
since 4
That's
years.
everything I've ever
That's
done.
all you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's everything I've ever done. And I did go to college. And when I went to college,
What'd you
I
study?
went for funeral services.
Funeral service?
Cállate, that's another topic.
No,
And then-
No, you gotta tell us. You gotta tell us where that happened.
Well,
I didn't even know that was a career.
Career.
For
claro,
real.
because you can't just digo, voy a poner una vaina aquí, yeah, de que come. No, you have to know the business and you have to go through it.
Tú querías abrir
No,
tu propio
abrir mi
negocio.
propia funeral.
Damn.
And then my
Okay,
mom.
Francisco, see, she could have helped you funeral
See,
services.
and
You
then
have to
my
get rid
mom.
of a lot of people.
No, because not for nothing. At the end of the day, I feel that regardless of obviously, viene con un cierto dolor, but it's still a good business. My mom was like,
Funeral service? Where the fuck did you get that from?
I've
Like,
always
I
been
just
very,
wanted
I've always been very business
to- That didn't
oriented.
come out the sky, funeral
No, but
service.
I want to
That
make
is-
money.
no.
I want to be rich. You know what? I'm very business oriented. I got it. The funeral business. It doesn't.
No, but I
Please.
said, where did that come
But I
from?
mean,
Please.
my mom used to work next to she worked as a cook next to a very well-known
In
funeral.
Miami.
Yes. Funeraria Bernaldo, something like that. Whatever, here in Hialeah. And I
Oh,
always-
Hialeah.
En
Of
Hialeah, la ciudad
course.
que
Of course.
progresa.
Millionaires.
Entonces, I
Bodies
don't know,
every day.
Maybe that was like a thing. No sé, pero eventually my mom was like, no te quieres estudiando eso, vas a traer los espíritus de los muertos para la casa. And then I changed to business administration. Pero besides that, I've always known that I want to be in the entertainment industry. I've never changed my mind. Like, this is what I love.
No, but why? You
Gracias a
still
Dios,
didn't answer why you wanted to do the funeral thing.
Porque
No,
me
I'm just saying,
gusta.
I just wanted to, like,
What?
not saying I wanted-
How did it gusta? Like, what do you mean?
I'm saying I
Me gusta
wanted-
porque es un buen negocio.
¿Eres santera?
No, eso no tiene que ver. O
That's what
sea,
I'm saying. You used to go on dates and some guy's like, what are you studying? And you said funeral services.
you know when people are born, but you never know when they're going to die. And that's the one thing that we all have guaranteed. That's the one
So it's
thing.
math. It was math.
It just
Okay.
makes sense. Like,
People die. I'm gonna get a spot for them.
real shit.
I'll make
like
some
I
money.
got you. Like, and I'm gonna give you a nice experience. I'm gonna make it for the family. Claro que sí, para la familia. You have to make it comforting y todo.
En Hialeah mataban mucha gente en eso.
Yeah, Miss Lee, she go on
Cubana,
business with her. Open up in
Pero mira,
Hialeah.
óyeme, not for nothing. That's one thing I will say too. and this is not, here goes Amara again, but something that I do, that I'm open about, and people will say que tú te estás tratando de victimizar. No, I just want to tell you my story, because you see me on Love and Hip Hop, and you see me on Instagram, and you see the wigs, and you see all the crap, y todo esto está bien.
That's a
but
wig?
That's a wig?
All of it is, it's a wig.
That's a way.
Wow, come on. We
She's
thought-
too pretty. Like, what do you mean?
No, I'm fired.
She said, I'm fired.
I'm fired. No. Don't worry about it.
You said that.
No, I
so
change
pretty. I just said, oh,
looks
no
every
way.
day. But at the end of the day, people see this, and people, for the most part, in the world that we live right now, that everything is gratification y todo tan rápido, nobody wants to talk about the process or how you got there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you film movies, how did you get your first camera? I'm sure it wasn't that. Like, nobody wants to talk about when you first were looking and when you had a vision. But a lot of people get inspired by the truth of that. My mom came to this country as una inmigrante por la frontera mexicana. She had me here by herself.
Okay.
I don't have any brothers. I don't have any sisters. I didn't grow up with any grandparents or anything like that. Mi mamá emigró, sí, sola, aquí.
What?
To a certain extent, I'm grateful. Yes, I've always wondered what it would have felt like to have a grandparents that would say que me apapacharan, or like a sister to be like, it was her, or whatever. I didn't live that experience. Pero not living that experience made me see my mother's hustle como una madre soltera en este país.
She was like, dance.
And
make
not,
the move,
and not
dance.
just that, but she got an extra job to be able to afford those things, because we didn't have it like that. Y yo vendía flores en la calle en Hialeah con mi mamá in the stop signs. Yeah, y eso no me avergüenza. You know, but I was more like the one that would sit and just hold the buckets, and then my mom would go through the streets. En su momento, I didn't know how that would be impactful to me, because unconsciously I learned, una, la humildad. No matter how big or what I have or what I don't have, yo sigo siendo como soy. Y dos, el emprendimiento. How to hustle. Yo soy una muchacha joseadora. Yo te vendo ese vaso. Esta es la mejor silla que hay. No sé qué. Cómpralo ya. Yo soy una muchacha que... Vamos. Esto, you know, uno aprende a ser joseadora, ser echar para adelante, you know.
Tú le vendes agua al pecado.
Eso es así. I feel like that's important también.
It is.
And thankfully, I have a lot of properties now. I do a lot of business. I do a lot of things.
Okay.
Claro.
Okay.
I know a lot of artists that made money y ahora no tienen ni un peso y tienen una mano adelante y otra atrás. Entonces, all those experiences are important. It's about how you use your pain
No,
for
it
something
is,
positive.
Like we were talking about, we had Nikki Jam on the show. We were talking about success is not a straight line, and people think it's just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, they just see the success. But I love it when artists and celebrities or people that made it talk about the struggle, what they had to do, what doors they had to, knock on. Porque hay gente que le da vergüenza. I'm not going to fulanito. I'm not going to do this. Cállate la boca and do it. Just do it.
You sound like your mother.
Just do it.
No question though. Let's go back to Love and Hip Hop. You get the call from Love and Hip Hop. How does that come in?
That happened through who was my manager at the time.
Julian.
That's right. No, because credit where credit is due. Julian Booz at his time, who was my manager, they reached out to him, or rather better, he found out that there was an audition in Miami for the new franchise of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I didn't even know what Love and Hip Hop was, because I was very
It's
cha-cha.
still Mona Scott, right? It's Mona Scott.
It was Mona Scott at the time. She was, pretty much like on top of that project in the beginning. And I went to this conference. I was in this conference room. I was sitting aquí at the end of the table. Mona was all the way over there. And basically, there were a couple of executives, and they just sat there, and
You
they
were
were like,
already Amara La Negra.
I'm already Amara La Negra in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
I'm already Amara La Negra in the Latino. The Americans, the community didn't really know of me,
Okay.
So I just sat there with my big afro, being me, a little extra thick, and I just sat there, and they were like, so tell us about you. And then I was just me. This is what I do, de lo otro, whatever. I speak a lot of Spanglish, como like right now, tú sabes. I spoke about the Afro-Latino community. I spoke about my truth, my mother, myself, my process. And they're like, okay, cool. We'll call you back. We'll let you know. 1 week passed, nothing. 2 weeks passed, I'm like, mierda, forget it. It's not for me. And then they gave me the call back. Yeah. And after that,
You killed it. You're a star. I can tell you from sitting in front of you.
I
you're
feel
a
like the
star.
people connected. The people
I would
connected
have
with my
called you
story.
that same day before you went out the door. I was not wasting my own time. I was
Really?
gonna say, yeah.
The people connected with my story. I think that I was just being myself. I think that I wasn't also trying to be like a super bougie because a lot of things say very like because you know I'm in a Bentley, I'm in a Rolls Royce and things. I wasn't like that. I was like, oh yeah, this is what it is. I'm over here struggling and I want to be an artist. And they wanted to follow that journey, and then that's pretty much how it started. And unfortunately, to a certain extent, another cast member that was on the show at the time expressed that famous episode that went viral, that really started the conversation about the Afro-Latinidad. And basically, he was just saying that I should change my hair because, you know, like it wouldn't, And then that became a thing, and then after that, bueno, everything became a domino effect. Yeah.
¿Quién te dio o cómo tú cogiste el nombre de la Amara La Negra?
So, mi nombre es Diana de los Santos. I used to be in a girl group
Nice.
back
Santo Domingo, aquí?
here. Back when Destiny's Child first started, everybody wanted to be Beyonce. So, they did an audition to get for a girl group. It was 5 of us, and the group was called Amara.
Okay, nice.
But then one of them got pregnant. Then the other ones never came to rehearsal. Then we were always fighting. And then it was like, once I saw a few months in, like, this is not going to go anywhere, I was like, fuck y'all, I'm going to be Amara. And ever since,
Nice.
I'm Amara La Negra. I'm
Gang.
No, but, so who were you, the Beyonce in the group?
You know, I felt. I
You? No way.
felt like the Beyonce in the group, pero I wasn't like the main lead.
Oh, they had a Beyonce.
But you know what? I also learned that it's important to know how to play. To know how to play in the team. You don't always have to have the spotlight. You can have your own light and be in the back. Okay, the people are going to gravitate to you whether you want it or not. So to me, it was like, ponme que atrás, it doesn't matter. I got my own thing going on. Yeah, go ahead.
They can't stop the motion. They can't stop.
Sí, no importa. When things are meant for you and when it's going to happen, olvídate. And where they at now, I mean, shout out to Amara, wherever you guys are. I hope everybody's doing well.
I tell you all the time, it's the process that gets you to where you want to be, right? And where you are right now, it's an amazing place to be at. What made you get here? Because you're like a role model. Like I've been teaching actor rehab for 20-something years, and I could bring you in and be like, look, guys, look at her. That's it. That's it. Like this is what winning is. This is what making it is. This is where your mindset has to be. This is where your confidence has to be. Like you're an example of that. I can bring you everywhere and go, look, guys, this is it. Mm-hmm. Like this is it. Like what got you here?
I think I'm just really persistent. I'm really persistent, and it's really hard for me to give up on things. I was talking about that, before. If you were to tell me, I need you to build a car. I don't know how to do it, but that was my mission. I was raised like a soldier. Accomplish the mission by all means necessary. Whether you're tired, whether you're exhausted, bebe café, take a nap, whatever. You need to finish. Yes, my mom was really hard on me. And yes, I really hated her a lot of times. Porque es verdad, me tenía harta, Do it again. Esto lo otro, whatever. And it was annoying, but now I understand that she was just building that she was programming me that accomplish the mission by all means necessary. It doesn't matter. And I think that's what has me here, that I don't know how to just, bueno, no lo hice, está bien, no lo hiciste. That would kill me inside. Like I couldn't do it. You did it, but I couldn't do it. She's not better than me. I can do it. Julius, I could do it.
I was shooting a video the other day in the Dominican Republic, and my daughter came. She's 4.
Ay, Dios mío, chum.
She's a big 4. She's like 4. She can't wear clothes less than 6.
Ay, Dios mío.
And then she's like, Papi, well, and then she's looking at the scene that I'm shooting. She's like, ella no más bonita que yo.
I love it.
And she's like,
She said that?
¿Cuándo yo voy a cantar?
Ay,
And I had to bring her, right? Because Adrian is my cinematographer, and he had to shoot her. And we had to put her in the set, and she fucking did her thing. Like she did it.
Mira, hay un
Your
potencial.
daughter? Your daughter?
4 years old. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Some kids, Some
And she
kids
was
have
like,
it.
she was like going for it. Like I was like, oh, I stood on like a chair so she could fit in the frame.
Yeah.
And she was going for it. And then
Because
she's
she
like,
can fit in the frame.
Pero mira, es lo que te digo. Some kids have it. If you see it, maybe she just needs a little polish. Maybe she just needs a little
she's
kick.
four.
And you never know. You never know. So, a mí me encanta todo eso. And I love when parents can see it. That's the cutest.
no, question for you as a Afro-Latina, as a beautiful woman, as someone who's done music, acting,
Podcasting, TV
podcasts,
host,
TV host.
Dancer.
dance.
Now, maybe not everything, but I would say probably most of it. There's bad experiences for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Have you experienced the bad experiences on the acting side, on the music side, on the is the industry as fucked up as people say?
Most definitely.
Oh damn. Oh damn. All right. Top 3, please.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Top 3 terrible stories,
On the
please.
music side more, or the TV side more?
All of the above.
All of the above.
It's the same thing.
And I'm telling you also because I come from being a child star. Like, this is the only thing I've ever done. So I've seen a lot of things. And there's a lot of things that you say, and there's a lot of things that you don't. There's a lot of things that we all pretend to act like, but we all know what it is, you know? And a lot of times when there's an opportunity, a lot of people would rather,
Scissor it up.
scissor it up or just stay quiet and you act like, like it's not a thing. And that's why I always say also to parents, and I'm going to start from there. If you have a child that it wants to pursue the entertainment industry, be with them, guide them. Enséñale tigueraje. Biggest mistake my mother did with me was trying to protect me so much as an only child. I only knew the superstar thing. That's great. Pero enséñame calle. Lo tigre. Hey, cuidado. You see that look? That means this. Because when you don't know and you're just in this bubble of like, I'm a superstar, you become naive to seeing the sharks that surround you. Like I don't. You could be like a wolf right here, and I don't see it because all I see is the lights of I'm gonna be a star, and that I lived experiences that I don't wish any woman to ever live.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So you faced the wolves.
I faced
More in
certain
music
situations.
or more in TV?
I mainly faced it in the music.
Oh fuck.
I mainly face it in the music because especially when you are financially, when you don't got it like that, and a lot of them know that you're by yourself, you're like this young, with toda esta ilusión to make it, and you're just with this older lady that's your mom, and it's like, where's the father figure? There's no brothers. They study, they see those things too when you're vulnerable, And now, obviously, ya yo tengo el tigueraje interno. Get me all the way, Pero before I didn't, and I lived really bad experiences. Mira, I lived one bad experience, and I'm going to talk about it.
Ooh.
And it's an uncomfortable conversation because I'm a woman. My first sexual experience was through rape. And things are going to get a little tense. Pero it's reality, and this is not me going again. That's why it's hard, because whenever you want to talk about your truth, it's like, oh, shit. Pero you know how many times this happens?
Of course.
It happens
So
all the
many
time.
women.
Pero
All
por
the
la
time.
pena, por la vergüenza, they're going to judge me. Who's going to say, I don't want to talk about it.
How old
And
were
then
you?
they get to keep walking around and do it to the I was 15. And they get to keep walking around and doing it.
Un familiar tuyo.
No, a music producer. It was a music producer. I was in the studio, not accompanied by my mother in this one case. And nada, my mom had always, I guess, my mom was always with me when I used to go to, studios to record or whatever. There's one occasion she couldn't come, but because we had already built a relationship, like, oh, he's a cool producer, my mom allowed him to pick me up from my house. He picked me up, he took me to the studio, we did the music, we did, all the demos, everything that I was supposed to do. On our way back to my house, he was also a realtor. I have to stop in this house. Yo no tengo la maldad. So he stops at this empty house. I stay in the car. After like 20, 30 minutes sitting in the car, he's like, no, come through. When I go inside in this empty house, whatever happened, I'm not a screamer. Like, I'm not a like, I don't panic. I just go into bubble mode, like you're trying to process what just happened. You know, I get in the car, I get to my house, and I run into the bathroom. My mom obviously knew something was up because of the way that I looked. My hair was a mess, my jeans were ripped, my shirt was whatever. It was like that. It was a really bad experience, and I didn't tell her until maybe 2 years later. I didn't know how to vocalize. I didn't want her to feel guilty for not being there. I didn't want her to blame me. You think a lot of things. That's why I tell young girls, I feel comfortable to say it now because I'm in my truth, and I'm in a different place in life, and I have daughters. So, habla. You need to say something. Your father, tu hermano, alguien, who cares if people are going to judge you? Say something. But you know how life is a bitch? Here goes Love and Hip Hop Miami, season 1. Ese desapareció, changed phone numbers, never saw the guy again, nothing, just disappeared from the studio, ya nada. Years have passed by, and I go to the studio I don't go to the studio, I go to the set of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm filming a scene, and this man has the audacity to say, Diana, while I'm filming, nobody calls me Diana. So I knew whoever called me had to know me. So when I turn around and I look and I see that it's him, I got pale, I got white, and he was there as an extra. He didn't know that I was in Love and Hip Hop. He didn't know, who would have, it's been years, He's like, Diana. And when I turned around and I looked at him, I got pale. My producers came to talk to me. ¿Qué pasa? What's going on? And action. And I just couldn't, in action, nothing. I explained what happened. They kicked him out. And I told my mom, and my mom was like, búscalo. Let's call the police. Búscalo. And then he left. But that's one of those experiences. And like me,
did they ever do anything
amongst women, I've heard we talk amongst us. We'll say, yo, fulanito? Yeah, yeah. But they will never say it publicly. Mm-hmm. You don't want to burn bridges. You don't want to be caught up in no sé qué. So, yes. Y ahora que we're in the OnlyFans era, imagínate. So, yeah, you got to talk.
Did he ever pay the price?
No.
Wow. Pero él te llamó y después se fue.
Él me llamó quedándose ahí como que he couldn't believe that it was me. Tú sabes. And I don't know what reaction he was expecting from me. Because yo nunca llamé a la policía, yo nunca hice nada, Pero pasó así.
¿Y él cuánto yo quisiera verlo por ahí?
Ay, hay una parte de mí que quisiera verlo. The way that I am now, I wish. Pero hay otra parte de mí that feels like, you know what?
Nah, somebody gotta pay him a visit.
Pero I always say, my girls in the industry, if you want to make it because of your talent. Make it because of you. Don't feel that if I do this with Fulanito's gonna get. Nobody's gonna get you nowhere besides your talent, besides your work ethic, besides what you can do for you. The chances are very slim de que you got with no sé qué producer and then you became the superstar.
Mm-hmm. Now a question for you, because this is a tough story for me. I'm a girl dad. I only have girls. I have an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old. Mm-hmm. After that, do you feel it how did it affect your life in terms of the industry, music? Did it shift what you were doing at the time?
No, because I can't let it go. It didn't affect, because of the way that I'm programmed, it didn't affect my career or my vision.
You like that?
My mom.
I know.
No, it didn't affect my work ethic or my vision or anything, but it did affect my personal life.
It's affecting me right now.
It was hard for me to open up. It was hard for me to, y tú, at least you're a present father, and that's important because you can see, and they see that there's a man around. Cuidado, don't, tiene un tío, tiene un no sé qué. They'll look for the vulnerable, the ones that that they don't really have anything like that going on, and they, so you got to be careful. And making sure that you have that open relationship with your daughter. Yo, if anything goes wrong,
men behave in that.
You talk to me. And you can't trust nobody. The days that we live in, not for nothing, I give daily news. Nosotros hacemos tantas historias que I see so many things that I'm like, tiene que estar con los ojos abiertos, not just in the entertainment industry, just overall, But yeah, if you wanted a story, I just gave you the truth right there.
You did. It hurt my heart, Amara.
And it's not me. Here goes Amara.
I was gonna say that. There she go again.
Ahí va.
But to all those girls that were listening, right? Like I said, wow, you know, I know a lot of girls that have the same story. I know thousands of girls that told me the same story.
Yeah.
And it's like, and no one does anything.
I did
No one does anything. It's
Nothing.
embarrassing.
Nothing.
Back in the days, I did a music video for Ludacris and Mary J. Blige. It was called Runaway Love. And it was a big song at the time for Ludacris. And when he wrote the song, he was saying that he had dated so many women that all have been abused in so many ways. So he wrote this song, and when you watch the video, it's about abuse. Like all the different women that are getting abused, whether it's by a father figure, a stepfather, a different person. And he was like, he hadn't come across a woman that hadn't been abused. And I, you know, maybe I didn't grow up in that way. And I was like, wow, you know, we did this music video that maybe wasn't as commercial as they wanted it to be, but it was impactful because we sent a message.
Claro, and like I said, you know, it took me a long time to get to a space if you feel comfortable enough to talk about it. I think that the conversation, I like to have important conversations. I can talk about, como we do in a lot of podcasts, and it's fine. Who you fucked or how many cocks you or whatever. You know, because no, mira, listen. If you go to social media and you look at what's trending and what people are watching, is all these conversations. I do this and eso está bien. I get it, porque hay un público for everything. But besides talking about entertainment and all the good things, let's also have impactful conversations that people do listen to and can, coño, take it in consideration, you know?
My whole thing here with Latino Champs is what I try to say is that when I look at whether it's Joe Rogan, Diary of a CEO, shows that I might like or podcasts that I might like, they don't have bochincha. They don't talk shit. They don't fight.
Yeah.
So when people are saying, oh, we want to celebrate Latino culture, like I don't want to talk about bochincha. I don't want people to come on this show and talk shit about someone that's a friend of mine's either.
Claro.
I don't want to set people up. Like and it's hard because people like they want the clickbait.
Exactamente.
And I tell them, I said, look, we don't have many platforms. We don't have shows that represent us that show love to Amara La Negra in English too.
Yeah.
Right. You know, so this is what we're trying to do. We're not trying to do that.
And I didn't mean for the conversation to get tense.
It got
You know,
tense.
I'm
it got
sorry.
tense. It hurt my heart.
I didn't mean for it to get tense, but you wanted it and I gave it to you.
Yeah. Mr. Lee wanted it.
And
He
you
wanted
did
it.
it.
He wanted
And
that.
I gave it to you.
Yeah.
If you want to know, I'll tell you the truth.
Mr.
No.
Lee sometimes be like, Jessy, tú tienes que preguntarle. I'm like,
Pero
no, I'm
ustedes
not going to ask that
no me han
question, Mr.
preguntado
Lee.
nada, no me han preguntado nada, así que I'm like, I can't answer that. No,
He's
I'm
the
pretty-
viral guy. How many? Like, he's doing that. He's doing that.
Él es el bochinchero.
He's a drink champs guy. He's the guy that knows how it works.
He said, come on,
He's our producer. He's the man.
Qué bacano.
Dominicano. He's the guy.
And I love it. And by the way, I love what you guys are doing. Because the truth of the matter is that we need that.
No, but
Yeah.
La historia de la persona,
Claro.
como Nicky estaba en el show de que tuvimos con él estaba diciendo, yo me metía a droga, yo me hacía esto.
Eso.
Y ese es verdad, muchas personas, la audiencia creen que ven una persona, oh, es una estrella. Y es como él dice, él dijo, ellos creen que no somos humanos. Y es
Claro.
verdad, we are humans. We go through all of that. The same thing you're going through, we go through it.
Yeah.
The only thing we don't show it because we're not in the...
No, but
And the thing is that people won't respect you the same or won't look at you the
And won't
same
look at you
if you show that side.
No, but it's real. It's like, look, the reason we even started this show is Mr. Lee, when we did an episode of Drink Champs, it's like he's always been pushing one to do the Latino version. The Latino version is why we're here, right? And for me, there's no platform that gives a voice for you. In Spanish, yes, but on the American side, no.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
There's a lot of us that speak both those languages. And
True.
what you're doing at the level that you are, and I appreciate you sharing that story. And I'm like, wow, you know, as a girl dad, I'm like, fuck, you know, like it's a tough one,
Yeah.
but it's beautiful because like
I'm a girl mom, twin mom too, so I
that's
get
what
it.
I'm saying.
I know.
But you're a strong woman though. So like no matter what happens when you talk, you feel your strength.
You
That
can
new-
feel it?
Yeah, I feel it. At least I feel it. I'm getting hit with it. I'm like, yo, this,
I just
this
saw
woman
a
is
role
strong.
model.
But is that my masculine energy?
No, but it's good. It's not feminine energy. It's feminine energy.
Ah,
It's
okay,
strong.
okay.
In a beautiful way. In a
Okay,
beautiful way.
good.
Pero
Because
tú-
I've been trying to work on that, being more of my soft girl
No,
era.
no, but it's good. No, trust me. I'm married to a Dominican woman, so I understand.
Oh, you get it. You get
Dominican
it.
energy is tough.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that there's a positive energy that's good, and there's a strong energy that's
Claro, and I always say this. Look, at the end of the day, I don't consider myself to be a role model because I feel like I've made many
You're a role
mistakes.
model.
Bueno, amén.
Yeah.
And that comes como con mucha presión. Like you have to be perfect. No, I know I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, and I'm still learning, and I'm young, and en lo que cabe, and I'm still learning in the process. En lo que cabe. No, a mí no me importa. I'm 35, and I'm very proud of the things that I've accomplished. Claro. I'm not thinking, I don't want to say my age. I'm grateful that God has allowed me to live these many years. So a mí no me da vergüenza nada de eso. But
There's only two other people here in their 30s. The Cuban guy there that's not focused on his phone, and this guy.
I love that.
Everybody else is above the 35.
Bueno, pues, amén. We're all blessed to still be here at the end of the day. And I just feel like the day that I die, like that's one of my fears, and I've vocalized it before. I just want to be remembered. I feel like there's over 8 billion human beings on this planet. What makes you different from everybody else? Everybody is important. Everybody is born with a reason, with a purpose. I get that. But my purpose, I want it to be impactful. I want to be remembered for making a difference, for doing something, And even if it's just me being impactful in the Afro-Latino community, because when you think about Afro-Latinos, you think about Amara La Negra to a certain extent. I'm grateful for that, When they have Black History Month, I've seen it. Amara La Negra in a school somewhere representing la Afro-Latinidad. And that matters to me. You know what I mean? Like
beautiful.
I'm in children books and stuff like that.
Let me tell you something. You're already in the history books. So you're good.
Amen.
Yes,
See,
yes,
that
yes.
matters. It's like, yeah, you entertain. Yeah, you do all these good things. Pero ¿qué más?
Are you in the history books? You are.
And by the way, aquí también en la ciudad de Miami, shout outs. I have the key to the city. I have my own day. The 9th of October is Amara La Negra day in Miami Dade. I've done a lot of things. I have my own day. Google it. Google that. See?
When is that?
The 9th of October. The 9th of October.
The 9th of October is
It's
Amara La Negra Day.
in Miami-Dade County.
Wow.
See, I've done a lot of things, you see?
Cubano, Dominicana.
Claro, I work with the city. I do a lot of things. I talk to, young girls. I do my own things. Todo no se tiene que publicar, pero I do my things too. In the Dominican Republic, I have foundations también. Hago cosas.
Foundations? Next time you're in DR.
Claro, I'm with it. Vamos a trabajar.
You got a lot of stuff. I was upset that you did that video in DR. Didn't call me.
Ay, that was boy stuff, pero es verdad. And you know what? Yo siempre estoy buscando en qué emprender. Your camera guy was just telling me I was in China not too long ago for like a month, and I went. El tanque. I went to China for like a month. The best experience of my life.
Why are you in China? What happened? How you there for a month?
Looking for the money. Looking for the money.
Can I ask, how many Dominicans were there in China?
Funny enough, we every time we would find Dominicans, we would get them into a WhatsApp group, and we created like a little WhatsApp community, and we had like probably like 30 people there. The ones that we saw, like, Dominicano, give me your WhatsApp.
Out of the 2 billion?
Amara La Negra Dominican, though. How many were there?
Yeah, no, there was a couple. Funny enough, lo que me extrañaba to like, whenever I would hear que lo que, my nigga say, you're Dominican? Give me your WhatsApp. And then I would just create the group, and we went out to dinner and everything. But the truth is that I went always looking for new opportunities, and it was great. I went to Beijing, Guangzoo, Hong Kong. We went to a lot of places. Yeah.
Oh, Guangzoo, not Guandules.
No, Guangzoo. we went to a lot of places.
And that was a business trip, so this was all paid out of pocket.
I mean, I got to live a little bit of, personal experiences de conocer turismo, but the business part, my mind came like this.
China's next level.
I'm over here already like putting businesses and things together, and that's another thing too. I always talk about it. I've known so many artists that have had and made more money than me 1,000 times, and they broke today trying to keep up with the que I got the chance and I got the cards to get cosas. I'm going to be in mi chancleticas, leggings, have all the money over here, pocket up, and investing in things. I think that that's important too. Yeah. Especially for the Latino community. Oof. We got to work on our finances. We got to work on investing.
Like an Amara business plan for women. We got to work.
Mira, es importante having a trust, having a will, having this, all that part. Oof. Latinos, for the most part, lack on those things, but we don't really talk about it. Unlike other communities that don't mind sharing the plug. It's like, we got to keep it. Why? Oh, yeah, you need to do this. Get this number. Yes. You know, I think that as Latinos, we could get better in those things, but we need to have those conversations.
You see on Latino Champs, the book was just discovered.
Amara, in terms of music, where do you want to go? Like,
I would like to get back into music. I feel that there's a part of me that
you got a song on
back into like I want to tour. Like I want to tour because I was watching when you guys did your podcast with Nicky Jam, and I got to hear when he basically said that his happy place is in the studio. Creating music is his happy place, and touring is not really something that really he had a calling for, but you know, it's part of the deal. I'm opposite. The studio is cool, but my happy place is up on the stage because I'm a showgirl. I like to connect with the people, changes of wardrobe. I want to do the rehearsals. I want to have the dancers, explosions, this, that, confetti, turn around, lights is back on. Hey. I'm that girl.
Well, I just did the commercial for Festival Presidente. I'm going to tell them they should have Amara La Negra.
You see what I'm saying? And I just wanted Soberano. This year, I want my Soberano. For those that don't know what it is.
The commercial, the Festival Presidente is coming back after 8 years.
Bueno, mi amor, ahí tú me tiras la pullita for me. Pero for those that don't know, Soberano is like I don't know if it's compared to the Oscar/Grammy for the Dominican community. So, you know, I'm always working.
Déjame preguntarte, de toda tu carrera que tú has hecho, ¿cuál es la que más te gusta? ¿La música, actual, reality TV, bailar? Univision.
I like everything, and I know it's gonna sound crunchy. I like everything. My happy place is being up on stage. You know, performing is my happy place because I'm good at it. Porque uno sabe cuando uno, pero cuando tú sabes cuando tú eres duro en algo, I'm good at it. I love reality TV because I get to connect with the people, but them checks. The way them checks is set up. Let's do it again. I like to see how far I can take myself. So I like to do a little bit of everything. Even when they say, yo, you know how to do this.
En pocas palabras.
Claro, una joseadora. Pero es que en la vida hay que ser así. Sí, porque la gente que es muy poppy, yo no hago eso, yo no hago lo otro, que tú te quedas ahí. Pero cuando me dice, Amara, ¿tú sabes leer el teleprompter? Claro que yo sé. And then, go do it. And I'm like, but in the process, you learn, you know? But if I would have said, no, I don't know how to do it, I wouldn't have this job that I have today, you know? So, tú te tiras. Amara, you know how to act, you know how to do. Of course. Who, me? Claro. Yo, Ulysses, what I gotta do? I don't know. Okay, come on, let's practice. Help me with these pages. Let me do. You know, that's how you get into everything.
But you do so many things. You do reality shows. You do acting, films. You do music. Mm-hmm. If you had to pick one, what's the most love?
Music.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that earlier.
Music would be it. Music would be it. Because I also feel that you can connect with so many people, and it's a different feeling when you're up on the stage and you sing, and then you go like this, and everybody sings something that you wrote in your house, in your room, in the car while you were taking a shower. All right, let me go. And then when you take that moment to stand there, and you see everybody singing what you created or your art or your Ese es un sentimiento. I don't know how to explain that feeling, you know?
I know the feeling, right? So now let's recreate it. Give us one verse, one bar.
I know.
One bar, and see if you make us connect with you.
No. Yo no te puedo dar un bar ahora. Between China and this movie, I'm out. I need some resting time.
Okay, I was going to give it to you. If you'd have gave it to us right now, we would have caught it and get it back to you.
I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you real soon. It's going to be really good. Okay. Pero I'm just happy to be able to be juggling all the things that I am. And in the midst of that, still being a present mom, the best that I can be. You know?
To 4-year-old twins.
The best that I can be because I travel a lot. I'm working a lot, doing movies till late. You know?
You blaming TV shows in the morning. I had nothing to do with the deal.
Just blaming you.
You know?
I had nothing to do with that deal.
It's hard.
being a powerful woman, beautiful woman in this industry, in terms of relationships, how hard is that?
Bueno, es una pregunta que yo quería saber también.
¿Y por qué no la pregunta? Pero yo te veo a ti muy tímido y digo, yo, y estás sentado ahí.
You're the Bible guy. Él se me adelantó.
¿Tú me entiendes? Mira, I'm with it.
¡Oh! ¡Mr. Lee!
Te veo asustado, te veo intimidado. Tan, tan, tan. That's usually what happens. That's usually what happens.
Pero él se me adelantó.
No, no,
I
no,
thought it
no.
was Sucio Gang. We not Sucio Gang no more?
I am Sucio Gang. We doing the movie
Yo.
Sucio Gang.
But you look like
She's gonna be
you
part
look like
of the
scared
Sucio
again.
Ah, mira, ya tenemos un rol ahí. No, the truth is that it's hard. It's difficult, you know. I've met some people. I'm a single mother.
I'm a single father.
Ah, look at that. Mira qué lindo
I don't
eso.
have kids, but I'm a single father.
Yeah. But in my case, I'm a single mother, and yes, you know, you meet people, you try. Scheduling is hard, you know, because when you
You're Amara La Negra. It's hard.
you wanna be able to give, you wanna be able to, tú me entiendes, darle tiempo a esa persona, a esa pareja. My career, I don't want to say that is my priority, but
It's your priority.
you know, because also thanks to that,
Kids is priority.
my kids are my priority, but
Your
but
career
my
gives
my
them,
career is
safety.
what maintains not just them, but my
100%.
mother and my father, because they
Exactly.
all live, you know, with me, and I am responsible. I am the head of my household. So if I stop working, everybody goes to. So I can't afford to be sick. I can't afford to not go. I can't afford to be like, I don't want to do it. I have to do it. You know.
Nice.
So yeah, it's hard to have a man understand that. Yo quiero dedicarte
I'm a very
tiempo.
understandable person. And I'm a great stepfather for my
Mira eso. Dios, this guy is- yeah, you have it ready. Ahí arriba. But the truth is that it's hard to dedicate time to significant other, to make it work. I don't know. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna officially settle, pero
But
yeah.
it's been hard.
Of course, it's hard. It's
Yeah,
hard.
I'm sure you get 1,000 fucking guys.
The problem
How's your
is,
DM shit? The DM shit's crazy.
You know que tiene temporadas. My shit is seasonal. It's seasonal.
seasonal.
Ahí viene el verano, que ahí viene
Viene el verano, it's coming. Por ejemplo, I'm gonna tell you. No, because las cosas son como son.
Give us a season.
A ver, por ejemplo, I put out the music video, tiene tumbado, everybody came out.
Oh.
Everybody came out. Como que I was lost and shit. My Instagram is the same. Pero there's certain, you know, certain content that you can post and it reminds them, oh, and you know what it is.
Oh, ¿verdad que ya me
You
gusta a mí?
know. Pero
What is it? What is it? I don't know.
eso,
what it is.
a pair of scissors.
I don't know what it is.
Scissor crew. Scissor crew. But at the end of the day, you know, where I'm at in life, not to mention I've never really been una calientica like that. You know what I mean? Where I'm at in probably I would be somewhere else in life if I were to be like that. I'm just not built like that.
You're in a great place.
In the
Yeah,
phenomenal
I like
place.
to work for mine. I never want to feel como que I gave you the... No. Tú me lo diste y yo lo trabajé. You can't ever be like, oh, because I gave you, because you had... Even when they give me something, I'm ready to give you something back. Here's this. Go, there is esa agua. I brought you a cup back. Like, I never want to feel como que... Because that's how it be here, you know?
Trust me.
So yeah, it's a little hard. And then you find guys that want to compete with you. You know, unconsciously, it's like your success, they may want to compete.
Yeah.
Or if you have this, I want to have that. Because you have a lot of guys in the days that we live that, you know, como dicen los princesos. There's princesos. There's all types of stuff these days. So sometimes it's better estar sola que mal acompañada, or just know wisely, pick wisely. So I'd rather just take my time. They can last name wisely.
He's like, wisely.
But what I've learned in my career is that the problem is like most powerful, successful men who 9 out of 10 times that's who a powerful woman wants, right?
Yeah.
They want like,
Submissive and available.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, motherfucker.
Which is what you said earlier.
So that's what the problem
And
is.
I get it.
99% of the
Mira,
time.
I've had politicians de allá that you would be like, who? I'm like, ese mismo. rappers, everybody, people you can think of. Because sometimes it's not just that they want
ahora
you.
tiene un producer.
Sometimes it's more about the experience. Amara La Negra, I want you with the afro, it's something exotic, or the other. Sometimes it's like that,
Specific.
No,
okay.
yes,
No,
and
the
sometimes
power
they
plays
tell
are
you.
specific. They're specific.
Sometimes they tell you, but at the end of the day, it's
For
like
the new video, you got the afro.
I take this off and I pluck it out. That fro is still intacto. Pero I'm not that girl. Es como que I want to get married. I want to get married. I want to have a family. I want to. Yeah, I still believe in family.
Yeah, me too.
I believe in that. And I think that we've lost that a little bit también. Uno ha perdido eso, being independent and strong. Yeah, that's great. I'm not saying that it's not. And I love that for me. But I also think it's nice to have the Thanksgiving dinner and the Christmas and the family, even the family arguments, because when you need that,
The balance.
the balance, all this bougie crap is cool. But when all this shit is said and done, y tú estás metido Dios no quiera en un hospital or you're in a fucked up situation, it feels nice to know that you can call family or you have,
I'm all about the family love.
Eso es lindo, eso es lindo.
Yo soy bien familiar también.
Most of the people around me, El Tanque, he's a family guy for sure.
Qué
My
lindo.
boy, Francisco,
Eso es
family guy.
bonito.
My brother, he's a family guy. He does what he does.
Great family guy.
He's a great family guy. Un
That's what's
abuelo.
up.
I was the first one to hit the grandfather crew.
Grandfather crew?
Yeah, but
How
now,
old?
but now everybody joined me now. But I was
Yeah,
the
tú
first
también,
one.
no todavía. You have
Not
baby
yet,
babies.
not yet.
No.
Now he's
He's like,
he's
Started
7.
early.
I've been a grandfather for 7 years.
Usually was
For
an
7
early
years
father.
already?
Okay.
He's an early father.
No, I wasn't.
No?
I was 30 my first baby.
Oh, no, está bien.
Yeah, I'm 55, doggy.
No, ya era hora. It was that time.
You 35?
I'm 55.
I didn't know
Oh,
you were
okay.
55.
Yeah, well, I'm 54. I'll be 55 this year,
Holy
so
shit.
we're not trying.
Ay, qué pesado.
Amara was like, I'm 35, gang, gang. You know what I'm saying? I'm 55, gang, gang.
Así.
Like I got 55 years in this shit.
Claro.
No one's talking.
No, I'm just saying. That's
verdad.
just like she said. I asked the women, 900 out of 902 women.
never wanna
I go, what's your age? Like, that's not a question you ask a woman. I go, so what do I do? What do I ask you? I already said that when you were doing the morning show, the night show. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, then, and I was like, how come she don't stay an extra hour? And then I see the show in the morning. Welcome to this morning. I was like, oh shit.
Cállate. Y ahora con las niñas también aquí, that they want their mother. Even when I was leaving now, they're like, don't go to work. I want to go with
Should've
you.
brought them.
Come on.
Should've brought them.
I know. And they'll stand in front of the door and be like, don't go, don't go. And I'm like,
My daughter does. She does that. Kind of.
yeah.
She's hardcore.
But listen, right? Being with you for 18 days, no breaks. We went to Atlanta and came back. But besides that, I became a fan. I really became a fan of your passion, your motivation, your aesthetics, your devotion, your kids. Like you are a great example to go, look, this is what you have to do. Look, guys, this is it.
Amen.
This is
Amen.
it. This is it.
Ay, thank you.
So we were trying to get you on the show for a minute, and
I know.
you had so
Pero
much
el tiempo
stuff.
de Dios perfecto. It happened when it had to happen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So-
I know,
so-
and it's true. My
So
bad.
I want to
And I
thank
was
you
like,
for
yo,
finally.
is Amara your homegirl?
Yes. Ay, coño, no me le haga
I was
esto.
like, I do know her.
No me le
Like,
haga esto.
We've been working for 18 days now. I think we're cool.
verdad.
No, but
It was all about you when he was Amara La Negra. You gotta relax.
Coño, sí,
but-
pero we made
but-
it happen, though.
But for you to come, we were all very excited to have you. And like I said, you are a rock star.
Ay, thank you. And
Rock
I'm
star.
grateful that you guys
Rock
allowed
star.
me to come here to share my story, to be able to be impactful and inspire all those that, that watch this podcast. I think that you guys are doing an amazing job. Como Latina, me siento muy orgullosa de ver otros Latinos emprendedores that are representing us in the most positive light. I'm grateful as well to be able to be sitting here because I know that this is historical. All the people that have, been through this platform and will continue to know that I'm part of it makes me feel very proud. So thank you so much for having me.
Yo te quiero preguntar, los ojos son... esos son-
Diablo, pero pregúntame del hueco del... And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. Champ Latinos.
that he wants to go viral.